Hello.
Nice to meet you, Miss Jim. Miss G, sorry.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. How are you doing?
We can say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, or we can say so far so good. But
Yeah,
it
either one
is,
is good.
uh, but this we use it for the children, not for the adults. Maybe I think.
What the first one, supercalifragilistic, yeah. Well,
Supercal.
actually, yeah, you can use it kind of with children, because it's from a film. It's from a very famous film in England,
Hmm.
and well, I don't know if it's an American film, but yeah, so it's part of a song that in the film, so we can say it as like a little joke. And I remember when I was younger, I used to do theater and performance, and we did this film, and we had to learn how to spell the whole word. I think I know most of it, to be honest, still. Um, but yeah, it's a fun word. I like it.
How's your life?
Say again?
How's your life?
Yeah, it's going well. It's going good.
Hmm.
Um,
Are you
yeah,
still
that's
live
it,
in
really.
Turkey? Are you still live in
Yeah,
Turkey
I'm
or? Hmm.
yeah, I'm still here at the moment. I'm going to go to England next month to see my
Hmm.
family. My family actually coming out next week for a little holiday. Yeah, and then I'll go back to England for a couple of weeks to see them.
Which is better for living, or if you make balance between the Turkey and the England, which is better from the living and the community?
In my opinion, Turkey. Just because I think that, like I say, the social side of it is very strong. Like family, friends, community is very, very strong. It doesn't matter if you're a stranger, everyone will treat you the same, you know? Um, the food is good, the cuisine is good. Like I say, the nature where I live is good. Whilst in the UK, there are better, maybe the education system is a little bit better.
Mm.
Um, and for example, work rights and in like laws around work is better. But the cost of living, although it's hard in Turkey, I'm lucky because I have Cambly, which is a foreign income. Um, that I financially am better here. In the UK, it's very expensive, where especially where my family live. Um, if you have children, it's very expensive for childcare as well. You know, both parents have to work, not because they want to work. Um, there's good things on both sides, but there's also bad things on both sides. But for me, there's more pros living in Turkey, definitely.
Mm. You live. Where do you live in England? Which city do you live? Or
I live in a city called Essex. It's in the southeast. It's near London. It's about an hour from London.
mm. Okay, Essex. I know this. I think there's a Essex University. I think there's a university in
Yeah, it's
the.
a popular university. That's
Mm.
right.
It's a village, city, town.
Well, Essex is the county, so it's quite a
Mm.
big place. It's got different areas, different towns in there. So it
Mm.
is quite big. Yeah, it's quite a big place, I would say.
Okay, Miss Jess, could you help me about to some steps to make my level progress with English language?
hmm Yeah. So it obviously your goal, depends on your goal. Like I say, at the moment, is there anything in particular that you're finding hard at the moment?
Pardon, sorry.
I said, at the moment, is there anything in particular that you're finding hard, finding difficult?
Yes, it's learning English. It's some to be difficult because you live in Arabic country. That's mean to not use it always.
I mean, yeah, obviously, where you're living, I guess many people, are you in a tourist town or a city? Where are you?
I live in Iraq.
So, yeah, I know you're living there, but is it like a touristic place where you live, or is it a quiet city?
No, no, I live in city, not in countryside.
Okay. And see, most people, like you say, are speaking Arabic there, you say?
Yes, Arabic.
hmm Of course. So exposure, even outside of lesson, is important. So make sure obviously you're listening to English music, make sure you're watching English TV, reading books. Reading books is essential for, well, for home learning, I would say,
There is,
self-study, because
unfortunately, there is different. The language in the books is different from the language in the TV or films on comedy,
it can be. That's like
which
so
is
TV.
hmm, which
I was
is
just going to explain.
it's a pure, which is a pure English. That's mean to help someone who want to learn from the books or from the media. Uh,
Um,
which
reading,
is
reading books.
easy. I know
hmm
reading is important. That's me to one of the skills for skills. That's me reading, but it's I look for an easy way. Which is easy way? Which is watch
So,
films, listen to the music, listen to the news, listen to the native speaker, or read books, or both of them.
I do think that both is important. So I always say there's a difference between grammatical English and spoken English. Okay. So
Mm.
if you're looking for grammatical English and perfect English, you need to be looking at books and professional articles. Okay.
Uh,
Like news articles. That is going to help you with your vocabulary skills. That's going to help you with, like I say, your grammatical English. If you're looking at TVs and movies, things like this is going to be your more spoken English. It's going to be your everyday language. This is going to be maybe not always correct grammar, because sometimes when we speak as English speakers, we don't always use the correct grammar, but sometimes using slang as well. Um,
the grammar
so
it's
you need a
difficult
bit of
and
both.
yes, the grammar it's difficult and it's boring to feel bad.
It
I
is.
lost my it changed my mood for
Yeah.
bad when I grew up. Noun, adjective, pronoun, noun,
Yes.
phrase. But it's important. It's necessary to read it to correct our language.
Yeah, that's why you know you want to rather than looking at English books, oh, English like grammar books, just pick a storybook. Storybooks are better, you know, because then your brain will start picking up the pattern. Your brain will start
Mm.
understanding new words. They'll start understanding when to use the grammar for certain things. So rather than using it as a study practice,
Mm.
use it as an enjoyment, as a hobby. That's what's really important because, like you say, if you don't like it, grammar is boring, you're going to become unmotivated and then you're not going to want to learn. Um, so you need to make sure that you're enjoying what you're watching. Even if you're watching TV, use subtitles, but don't take it as a time to think, oh, I need to listen, I need to study every single word. No, because that is unrealistic and that is,
Mm.
again, boring to do so. So just do it as if you would. Um, read it. If you don't know some of the words, maybe just take note of the words that you don't know, and that's it. Just translate those.
I with the words and sentences, it's better. I have books from the this books books 4,000 essential English words for pollination. It's English linguistics, and use these words. I read these words. For example, afraid, agree, arrive. That's mean to put it in sentences. For example, afraid. She feel afraid when she saw a dog. Agree. You must agree about the terms. Arrive. The bus arrived late today. Do you think that's way to make me? I think I feel better when I use this way. That's me to this with all these words in sentences. That's me to make new sentences. I look for way that's me to make me speak English and automatically without thinking. Is there similar that? So native
Yeah.
speaker
Uh,
in English or in France, in Arabic, that's mean not always to thinking about how to make the structure of the sentences, especially for the specific time. Not always. When I speak with the with my native language, that means speak automatically without thinking.
Hmm. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, exactly. So whatever you enjoy, there's no right or wrong. Everyone is going to pick up different
Mm.
methods differently. For example, me, obviously because I live in Turkey, I'm learning Turkish, and I really enjoy books. Books are my go-to. Speaking is can be good, but it's tiring sometimes to speak all the time. So I enjoy books, whether that's like grammar books, whether that's exercise books, whether that's reading books, because I think it's the best way to, like I say, to visualize. It helps me visualize and take it into my brain. But actually, like you say, the grammar side of it can be hard because your brain is too overthinking sometimes then when it comes to speaking. So I don't want you to focus too much on it because the best way to practice your grammar is to speak and then have me kind of interrupt you or correct you because we have something called fossil errors, and fossil errors are basically what our brain has set in our head for so long. It's really hard to break them up. So you need someone to kind of be like, oh, that's stop, don't do that, to stop that. Or if I find that you're using words that are too samey, that you're repeating yourself, we want to be looking at synonyms as well. Synonyms are a good way for that.
Yes. What difference between the idiom and slang? Is there difference between the idiom and slang?
Yes, there's differences. So idiom
Mm.
is a
Uh, Give me
common phrase.
idiom. No, idiom. It's similar that blessing disguise. That's idiom.
Say it again.
Idiom like blessing disguise.
Yeah, it can be like a hidden kind of meaning almost. Yeah,
That's it.
exactly. So blessing in disguise, like it's not self-explanatory necessarily what that means. So it's often I always say idioms are like a secret language,
Give
because
me
they mean
example
something
for
different.
the slang before the time flag.
Let's say slang.
Slang.
Okay. Okay. So slang is only one word. For example, this is one, or this is one.
Ah,
Grub. Grub means
slang
food.
is one word, but idiom it's a group of words.
Normally, yes. Normally,
Ah,
it's
no.
something that means something different. Yeah, it has like a different, deeper meaning to it. So, grub is food. Fella means man. Lad also can mean man. Um, things like this. So these are kind of representing another word, right? Whilst blessing in disguise, it has a deeper meaning. It means like, oh, something bad that happened that actually turned out to be good. You know?
Yes, I know that.
So it has a deeper
Uh,
meaning, whilst
That's mean
slang is more
idiom.
synonym.
Yes, idiom and slang. It's important for the person who learn English.
Um, if you're, yeah, it depends on what when you're using English. If you're on high level and you're using English frequently, especially if you're using English along with native speakers, yes, I would say it's essential because um you might not understand what people are saying if you're around native speakers who would use these kind of phrases. If you're not around native speakers so much, it's not as important, but it is kind of good to learn to understand, like say, movies or books more, things like this.
Okay, how much time does it take you to learn English? 6 months, it's enough. 1 year, 2 years, or
It depends.
depend on your
Depends.
methodology. Wait, sorry.
It depends on hours. I wouldn't really say as in months or weeks or so, but it depends on how many hours you're doing. So the more hours you do, the easier it'll be for you. So if you put 100 hours in a week, you're going to be better than someone who does 1 hour a week, you know? Um,
Mm.
so it just depends on that. But we're going to run out of time. So if you have any other questions, you must message me.
Thank you very
And
much.
hopefully we'll meet next time,
Thank you.
okay?